So we have communication support service, adding communication. So if a person with hearing impairment is here, we have people who help with sign language, and that person will be assisted through it all. Transportation support. In the University of Cape Coast, any student with any form of disability is allowed to board the university shuttles for free. All students, after orientation, possibly this week, they are doing free for you. After this week, you will pay. It's not even free this week. You are still paying this week. Okay. So for individuals who are registered with us as having one form of special needs, are not supposed to pay for any fee when they board the shuttle. So for transportation, every individual with disability will board it for free. And we have what we call priority sitting, where when we enter, and this to all of us, when you are in the shuttle and any student with visual impairment, physical impairment, any form of disability that you can acknowledge, you allow the person to take a preferential seat, mostly in front, unless the person decides that he or she is okay at the back. And this is one policy, one aspect that the policy. Every student with disability, and listen to me, per the university's policy, you are entitled to residential accommodation from your first year to the last year you leave the school. So you have the opportunity to be in the hall of residence unless you decide not to. To be in the hall of residence from level 100, level 200, level 300, through to your final year. It is only for those with special needs. So with that said, don't force to have a disability, so that individuals who have these issues can use all the facilities in these universities with no problem. With that said, those of us in the halls, environmental access is key to people. Be the reason a person may not feel comfortable in the school. One, you are on the floor with individuals who may use wheelchairs, who are using white canes. That means they are visually impaired. Do not leave your buckets in front of your rooms and other things that will obstruct somebody's movement. When you meet a person with disability on campus and you want to assist the person, don't assume. Inquire from that person, what can I help you with? What can I do? They will tell you exactly the help they need. Individuals here with disabilities, I can promise you, they are not vulnerable. Some of them even can be people that can help you, because I have seen it so many times. I have seen friends who are visually impaired that were the group we allow them during exams. We give them, let's say, half of the time that all other students will be doing. So if the exams time is 3 hours, individuals with especially visual impairment or other disabilities that are acknowledged, writing their exams at the resource center, are given half of the time, and it's a policy. So if they are writing for 3 hours, they will have 1 hour, 30 minutes extra attached to their time because of how we get through with our in this university. It is called the Resource Center for Alternative Media and Assistive Technology, mouthful. It is a whole mouthful, but in short, we say it's RCAMAT, Resource Center for Alternative Media and Assistive Technology. And at this center, most of the services I mentioned have been provided there. They scan and emboss print materials into Braille for those that may need it, and sometimes to send materials print into audio for individuals who may want it in the audio form, Braille, and even read Braille. And it opened certain doors for me that my normal degree that I came here to do wouldn't have. And so from that time, I have been moving from one angle to another because of these little skills. So as you are here, try to learn a skill, at least learn softwares that enables them to use it without any difficulty. If you are excited you are a person who is able, as you call yourself, and you want to even come and learn how ICT is done when it comes to individuals with disabilities, especially visually impaired, they will teach you. We assist in handling their research work and installing these softwares too. We have the softwares. When you come, we can install them for you. After here, when you come to the center, we register. This group normally take care of every other thing that pertains to individuals with disabilities. Among the benefits they receive, let me tell you some. They enjoy government bursary. They have termed it Gombe, where every academic year, the government releases some monies to individuals with special needs. So if you register with them, you join the association, they register you, and every academic year, there is an amount that comes into your pocket. Most of your activities. Now, the location of the resource center is at the University Library, and I think Auntie Vida after me will come and talk extensively about where the library is, so you know. At the main library, University Sam Jonah Library, and at the basement, you will see it there. Even when you get into the library, you ask the receptionist, I want to go to the resource center.
Madam, please, I want to ask, go if you want to learn how to braille or do sign language.
Okay, so the same place, in the library, the resource center, the library basement, resource center for alternative media and assistive technology. There are personnel there. There are people who are trained to assist us. So when you go there, you talk to someone and you explain, you tell them what exactly you want to do, and then they can help you. Please, I forgot to mention, with the association, they even welcome those of us without disabilities. You ask for the best, you will not get some. But there are other benefits that you receive as being part of a group like that. And I can tell you, please take advantage of this. You volunteering to assist. And it's not like you are going to help them walk around, no. By the time you leave, you see that you have learned a lot of skills. And at least you have an addition to your CV. So try and come nearer. Yes, so at the resource center, they are there.
My name is Ajay Wilbert. And please, I want to know if someone with ADHD is a disabled person.
Good. I mentioned the predominant ones. Yes, we have individuals with attention deficit hyperactive disorder. That is what your friend said, ADHD. These individuals mainly have issues paying attention, focusing on activity for a longer time. I'm not referring to you. And most of them, and a lot of them also have that tendency of being impulsive. Can decide to start asking the question. So who can tell me an impulsive person whose own is linked to ADHD? The moment I said, who can tell me? And I said, yes, madam. He said, what was the question? That is somebody with a tendency of ADHD. So they have these main characteristics. Most of them, they have issues with attention, very predominant. He is here, the next second, he's out. They have issues with, every time he wants to talk, mouth diarrhea, that is hyperactivity. And then the impulsive part is there. So yes, that is also a group we recognize. But as I said, you have to come with the proof that indeed you are diagnosed. But even if you don't have a proof, you think your life is like that, you still come. We have ways of getting through and possibly suggesting certain strategies that you can use to manage for now. Okay, thank you. I hope I've answered your question.
I hope we are clear now. Can we clap for Madam? The next item, we are looking at library services for students, and is to be presented by Ms. Vida Mensah.
Good morning. So on behalf of the University Librarian, Dr. Mark Anthony Kobler, I welcome you to the University of Competitive Choice. You made a right choice to be here. You will do well. Just do your best and God will take care of the rest. I thought you were going to say amen to that. Okay, so this morning my duty here is simple. I have to come and tell you what the library can give you. You are here to make the grace. You can't disappoint those who are sponsoring you. And the library is one place you can get all the resources you need and also get all the network you need in terms of academics and other things. Okay, so the University of Cape Coast Library is a system. We call ourselves a system because we have the main library in the faculties, the departments, like I said, we are one of the biggest academic libraries in Ghana. The main library, which is Sam Jonah Library, can seat a maximum of 2,000 students at a time. Are we 2,000? I think we can seat all of you at a go. And our comment she mentioned is in the building, so the lower ground floor. You find us there. In terms of collection, we have over 300,000 print resources, and we subscribe to a substantial number of electronic resources. You can get articles, you can get electronic books, pamphlets, magazines, and all that resources that can help you achieve your academic goals. We are governed by a vision, a mission, and we have core values because we are a living organization. We believe in teamwork, and so we team up with a lot of the faculties and departments on campus. So that's how come our CalMat is in us. And then we are user-focused. We also believe in professionalism, and ethical consideration is very, very important to us. Yeah, we basically exist to help students get scholarly information resources and facilities to achieve their academic goals. Please go to the next slide for me. The next one. Okay, so this is our organizational structure, but I wouldn't bore you with that one. The next one, please. All right, so what do we do? Our functions, we basically support the parent institution to achieve its goal, and we support teaching, we support learning, we support research. Now, how do we do this? In teaching, we give access to all the scholarly information resources you can think of, print and electronic. And learning, we provide conducive learning environment and laboratories for you. And research, we have expert services, so we can do literature searches for you. We can guide you to use internet search tools to search for the right information from the right sources. We assist you to reference when you are doing your work and your lecturers ask you to reference. We teach you how to do that also. And then we have other special services like the Human Library Service. I don't know how many of us have ever come to a point of reading a book and then we are like, I wish I can ask the writer a question. And so here we connect you to authors or people who have expert knowledge in certain special areas. For example, you want to interact with somebody with a special need to see how they live their life on campus. We can get a resource person, somebody in that, so you communicate with the person. So if the person is to write a book, probably it will take like 2 years for you to get access to that book. But on one-on-one, you can get that information within a day or two. So that service is also available. If we monitor our clients who come there, if we see that you need special assistance, we lace you to the right quarters. If it's the counseling center, we can send you there. If it's the RCAMAT, we can also send you there. And on the can you skip this one for me? Facilities in the library, like I said, we have conducive laboratories and learning spaces. So the first one I'll talk about is the Knowledge Commons. And this is a computer lab for the undergraduate students. If you want to do research, you want somebody to assist you do your research or your assignments. So let me stress on this that we do not do the assignments for you. We guide you through to get the resources to do the assignments, but we don't do the assignments for you. So when you are coming, don't come with that mindset. Okay. We also have the research commons for the postgraduate students, those who are doing a higher degree. It is also a computer lab for them. And then we have the social learning commons. This is a space for group studies, group discussion, networking, and other collaborative learning. And this is also a space that you can pause and then play a game to relax. Assuming you come to the library, you think you are tired of study, you can pause, play Ludo, play Owari, play chess, play dummy, just to relax you. We have that facilitated. And then we also have discussion rooms. So if you're a group of students and you want a place for discussion, you can book this one in advance for a maximum of 3 hours. There are few spaces, so it's on first come, first serve basis. And then we also have a seminar room for thesis defense, seminars, and virtual meetings. They are also available, but this one will also have to be booked. And then we have a law library within the library for our law students. All the programs, and you need resources on law. For example, you are a business student, you are doing law of contracts, and you need information on law of contracts. If you go to the law library, they will assist you get that. Then we have, so if you're a group of students and you have a training, you can book this one and then you have your training there. Right, we are governed by policies. One of the policies is that if you are a student, you can borrow some of our print resources. For example, a graduate student can borrow a maximum of 6 books at a time. Maximum of 6 books at a time, and you can keep it for 2 weeks, and it's subject to renewal for another 2 weeks. You are not supposed to keep the book over that time. If you do that, it attracts a fine, and it's 1 CD per book per day. I hope you got that one. Good. And so if you take 6 books and you overkeep them for 2 weeks, when you come, I'll just give you the calculator and you do the calculation for me. Many in matter, so you do the calculation and then I'll collect the money. I know you are not going to do that, so I won't dwell much on that one. And if you misplace a library property, say you come for a book and you can't find it, report to us immediately. We'll give you time to look for the book. And if you are not able to find it, we'll talk about that one. I don't want us to talk about that one here because I know you keep our resources well when you come for them. Is that okay? Right. Now, after the end of the program, the system automatically clears you from the system. So after the 4 years, the library doesn't recognize you again as a member of the university community unless you register with us as an external user. But for the 4 years or the 2 years or the 3 years that you are here, we recognize you as a member of the university community. We are governed by rules and regulation, and I'll talk about dressing. Dressing is very important to us. We advocate that you dress decently when you are coming to the library. I know you will tell me that decency is subjective, but we measure the decency per our standard and not your standard. Good. And then one thing too, for security reasons, I know some of you love to be in caps and hats, but for security reasons, we don't encourage the wearing of caps and hats in the library. And so when you enter, it is easy for you to obey the rules. But the rules in level 100 are the same when you get to level 400. So please, as you are growing in the university, grow with the rules. I hope I'm communicating. The only drinkable we